So today we're looking at the Ichiban Kuji Last One Hybrid Kaido figure and the Prize A Hybrid Kaido figure. You can see here he's got quite a few pieces, the stand, his support poles, his weapons, so first we're going to put in the support poles. So he comes with 3 of these. Each of them has a different shaped peg at the bottom, so you just got to line up the peg with the hole in the base for each of them, push them in, then the base is ready. So next we'll put the Haki effect piece into his weapon. You can see right here he's got these 2 holes in the weapon for the Haki effect piece to go into. I like to stick it on right now before I put the weapon in Kaido's hands, because if you put it in his hands first, it's kind of annoying to get this in, so I think it's a lot easier just putting it on right now. And now Kaido's ready to go onto the base, but first let's look at some of the details that won't be able to be seen on the base. So let's see right here where his tail comes out of his shorts. It's kind of gross, but I do like how they did the little folds on the pants there where it's busting out. I think that's pretty well done, and then just all around the shorts they have little tears and stuff on them, make them look really worn out. And here you can see just more of that damaged, worn out look on his pants. And now let's take a look at his torso. So it was pretty hard to get the camera to focus here, but that's the best I could do. You can see his scar right there and all his muscles. And now Kaido can go onto the base. So I just like to set him down like this, get his first foot in, and then gotta kind of stretch the back one in to get the peg into the hole. Then make sure his hands are lined up right there onto that one, push him down, and now he's on. And now his weapon can go in. So sometimes it gets stuck going into the hole in the second hand, just kind of gotta push that hand out to line up the hole a little bit, then it'll go through. And he's got a hole right here on his shoulder for the Haki effect piece to go into. So let's put that in now, and then we can put the final piece into his weapon. This has a peg on it that's shaped a specific way, so I just kind of twist it around until I feel it line up, then I push it in. And now here he is, complete on the base. So it's a shame that he needs 3 support poles, but it is what it is. So there's the first one holding up his coat, then he's got this one here holding up the tail, and then the last one right here for his hands. So yeah, he's definitely not going to lean over time with all 3 of those. So his tallest point is a Haki effect piece, and that's about 8 inches tall. And now from back to front, he looks to be about 11 inches. Now for the width, it's pretty hard to measure this. It looks to be about 9 inches, 8 inches, somewhere around there for his width. Now let's see how much he weighs. So Kaido weighs, what is it? 1 pound and 14 ounces. And now let's look at the rest of the details. So first is his feet, and you can see here, it's got these light blue highlights going on between the toes. Kind of just all throughout his whole body actually, you can see some more right there. And then on the other foot, you can also see that lighter blue between the toes going up. He's also got it right here on his arm. I think it looks okay. I think it could have been better, but at least it's not one plain color, and it does kind of help to bring out some of the details with it being that lighter color in some spots. And now here's his tail. So you can see it's got these little dots going all along it. These should actually be colored turquoise, but they just left them blank. They did the same thing with the Ichiban Kuji Dragon Kaido, where they're just blank, but you know, at least they're sculpted in there. The only Kaido figure that did it right is the Ichiban Kuji Last One Dragon Kaido, where it's like half a Kaido. Let's take a look at his face now. So it looks like Kaido, but the eyes aren't quite lined up, like one's facing like a different direction. See, if you look close like this, it's kind of off, but I mean it does look like Kaido, so at least it's got that going for it. But I love that his mustache is connected to his face, like it's not really going to fall off. You can kind of hit it like this, it stays on, doesn't have to be hooked on like this one, like this Dragon Kaido. See, it can fall off pretty easily. And I love how they did the horns on this one. I think they put just the right amount of texture in them, and then it looks really good how it transitions to that bluish purple color on the tips. Just I think the horns were done perfectly here. And from the top down here, you can see all of his hair. I think it looks pretty good. I like how they put all the little lines in it to kind of help bring out the detail, even though it's just one flat color. And the coat looks pretty good too. I like how you can see both the hair and the coat kind of blowing back from the impact. And now for the Haki effect piece. I think it kind of looks like a thorny vine. I think it would have looked better if it was more of a crimson red color. And then you can see his weapon here is kind of bending from the force of the clash. I know some people don't like that, but I don't really mind it. And the chains here don't really look too great. They're kind of just clumpy, they look like big clumps just melded together. And now let's see what he looks like compared to some other Kaido figures. So here he is with the Figure Art Zero Kaido, the Ichiban Kuji Dragon Kaido, and the Ichiban Kuji Best of Omnibus Kaido. Now to compare him to the last one version. So right away the difference is obvious. The last one Kaido has a darker metallic paint job. It really just makes it stand out. Almost everything on this figure is colored darker, but the hair isn't. It's kind of like a grayish, almost green color. You can see if you compare it to the Prize A Kaido here, that's like black hair. This one's, yeah, more of a gray. And his foot is just one color on the last one version. It doesn't have a second lighter color in it like the Prize A does. Just the whole body, the tail, arms, legs, it's all just that kind of metallic blue color on the last one version. But the pants do look to be about the same color on both Kaidos, and so do the weapons. I think his weapon looks pretty good, and the Haki effect piece is definitely darker on the last one Kaido. And the same thing goes for the horns. They're just darker, and then also the tips are darker too. They're like that metallic bluish purple color. Now let's see what the eyes look like on this one. They look pretty good right here, but I think it just depends on the angle that you're looking at them from. Like if you look at it from this angle, they look more off like it did on the Prize A, so I think they're all going to look about the same, and they're just so small that you're not really even going to notice them unless you're looking at a close-up picture like this, so it's not really an issue. And now let's see how he looks with some other figures from the set. That's one of the things I really like about this figure, is that he can be paired with so many different other figures. You can put him with the Yamato or the Luffy. You can even have him fighting himself if you wanted to for some reason. So which one is better? I think if you're going for accuracy, then you should go with the Prize A Kaido, since he's painted like the actual Kaido. And the paint job on the last one isn't, but that's not what it's supposed to be. It kind of reminds me of those helium foil party balloons, or tin foil, which almost makes it look kind of cheap, but I still like it anyway. If I had to choose one, I would choose the Prize A Kaido. I just like the more accurate colors on that one. I really hope Mega House makes a Portrait of Pirates hybrid Kaido at some point, but I'm not too hopeful on that. So for now, this figure is the only choice if you want an official hybrid Kaido figure.